the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Phoenix Suns as they go up against the Los Angeles Lakers at Staples Center. And for Los Angeles, these guys are playing good basketball with 7 wins in their last 10 games, and they like their chances tonight. And the Los Angeles Lakers, one of the great dynasties, not just in basketball, but in all of sports. Kenny, this is a franchise that's used to winning.
Yes, Magic has done a great job of rebuilding this team, cultivating this young talent and creating a really positive culture.
Kenny, you know you live there. Free agents love L.A. This franchise doesn't stay down for long.
Thanks for joining us, as we'll go now courtside with Kevin Harlan for the call.
The NBA on 2K Sports. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. And along with Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And alongside us tonight, we have a very special guest you're going to enjoy. 5-time NBA champion, 9-time all-defensive first-team selection. Laker legend, the terrific Kobe Bryant. Kobe, great to see you. We're so excited to have you.
No, thank you. I wouldn't miss a chance to stop by and call a game with you guys.
You still watch a lot, don't you?
I do. I'm a big fan.
In the last meeting for these two teams, the Lakers were handed a loss when they went up against Phoenix.
Tough night. I mean, they attacked on both ends, and unfortunately for them, they just got called for a lot of fouls.
Well, unfortunate's a good word, Greg, but on the other hand, you have to make an adjustment. Not every game is going to be called the same way, so adjust to the whistle.
And for those of us who have never played at this level, it must be a thrill to contend against the best in the world. And also with that comes a lot of pressure. How do you handle the balance between enjoying the game and the pressure that's on you in the game?
I've never felt pressure. I'm not really sure what that is. I mean, you'll have moments where you'll make game-winning shots, and it's fantastic.
Never nervous.
No. At times where you'll miss it, and then people won't like you very much. Mm-hmm. But then the next game, you hit a game winner, and everybody loves you. And then you miss the next one, and everybody doesn't like you again. Right? So why would I stress out over quote-unquote pressure? It doesn't make any sense to me.
How about the responsibility to your teammates and to your own built-in pressures to perform like Kobe Bryant?
Even that, right? Yeah. Even that. There'll be games where you make them, and your teammates are thanking you for it. Times when you miss it, your teammates are like, dang, man, you got to do better. Right? So it's ebbs and flows all the time. And internally, I just do what I practice. Mm-hmm. So there's no reason for me to be nervous or apprehensive, because I've done this shot thousands and thousands and thousands of times. I just have to do it one more time.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Chris down low with Ayton. Brandon Knight is out there with Bridges, and it's Warren in at the small forward position. Now, here's Warren. A 17-point game for him in the win against Orlando.
Yeah, defense timed that out perfectly. Love the aggressiveness, and then they changed the shot's direction.
And LeBron James gets it to go.
LeBron is just dominating right now, aware of the defense, and has not feared one since he came into the league. Goes right up with it.
Knight kicks to Ayton. Back to Knight. Pass to Ayton. Suns moving the ball around. Shoots the three. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Ayton's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. James finds McGee. Back to LeBron. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Just again, LeBron James, his size, his speed, just impossible to stop. So hack away.
Knight with it. His last outing, he had 8 points. And Knight slams it in.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up a dunk.
Well, that's a play that only works by practicing over and over and having a great rhythm with your teammate. You could see the timing there.
Ball with the bucket.
But there's no way that LeBron James is not going to come in and dictate the tempo of this game. Just keeps his eyes up and drops a nice dime there.
Kobe, in other sports, I mean, people always admired the mind of Peyton Manning playing in the NFL. Tom Brady, the way he thinks the game through. I compare you to that. Did you have that same kind of fascination in other sports with the great players that were similar to you in basketball?
Yeah, we used to get together. I remember the first time I met Peyton was at an Orlando Magic game, 99. He came in the locker room, and we were just getting started. So I was just asking him questions about his process and stuff. And he started going to, like, mock cover 2 and and I was like, and he went on for like a good 5 minutes. When he was done, I said, Peyton, I don't understand anything you just said, right? But he spoke at a level of detail that was beyond fascinating.
You were impressed by that?
Yes, which then leads to more questions. Like Tom and I talk often about that stuff too, and how much we love the game, how much we love the process and the attention to every little detail. It's fun to be around, no matter the industry.
So it's Phoenix now after the basket by the Lakers. Here's Warren. And James pulls it down.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Now here's James. After T.J. Warren's miss, the drive by James, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Ayton.
It's just not easy to contain or control LeBron James. A nightmare when trying to stop him, especially on the drive.
And James drills them both. Suns trail by 8. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
I was able to talk with Igor Kokoshkov for a minute. He told me they always have to be alert, and especially against this team because of its discipline and focus. He said we'll get embarrassed if we're inattentive at the defensive end. We must stick with our principles and do the little things. Kevin, they did win the first meeting of the season, and we'll see if they can get it done again tonight.
David, thanks as always. Their goal early on is a simple one, keeping those opposing shooters from getting hot.
Yeah, and so defensively, they can't get tied into any one strategy. It might take a few different approaches here before they find one that works.
One approach, GA, might be clogging up the passing lanes and make it really difficult to move the ball around the perimeter, get away from the shifting, and keep the open three-point looks to a minimum.
And Ball has tremendous confidence in that shot. As soon as the pass hits his hands, he's ready to pull up.
Kobe, a lot of guys would keep written notebooks on team styles, individual players. Some do it mentally. What did you do?
I used to do that too at the start, and then I started kind of looking at the lineage of coaches. I started figuring out that most of them come from the same coaching pedigree. Therefore, the defensive packages are pretty much the same.
So you study coaches.
Well, yeah, because the defensive schematics are all the same. Like, if you look around now, how many Popovich disciples do you have?
A lot.
Right, so you're essentially playing against the same defensive strategy that you would see against a Popovich team. The same offensive philosophy that you see from the Popovich team. Right, so it's all consistent. It's all there.
And so Knight will bring it up for Phoenix. 7-point differential. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still their ability to stay composed was impressive.
Well, it led to a big scoring effort, taking advantage of every weakness. So any possession the defense wasn't aggressive on, they were on the offensive end.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And a chance here to go to our rookie leaderboard and give a nod to the best long-range bombers of the past month. DeAndre Ayton is second.
You know, coming into the NBA, you knew he could stroke it from long range. And over the past month, he's shown us exactly that.
Well, even with all of the impressive number of seasons under his belt, LeBron James retains this kind of remarkable drive and competitive spirit.
Josh Hart, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Phoenix. Pisa comes in for T.J. Warren. James in the post. Offered by Chris. The shot's good from LeBron.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start.
And the Suns call time. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And the Lakers with some changes. Alex Len's checked in for JaVale McGee. And it's Beasley in for Brandon Ingram. And the Suns also making a change. Josh Jackson's checked in for Marquise Chris.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Hart, good, and the assist goes to James. Hart's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Phoenix, no good that time either. Los Angeles leading by 10. After 20 years in the NBA, Kobe, you were able to play with so many people. Who is most like you among guys you played with? Who you would have said, this guy is like-minded? Like would Derek Fisher fit that category?
Yeah, D-Fish was tough.
Yeah.
D-Fish was tough. Adam Morrison, actually, believe it or not.
No kidding.
Adam Morrison. It made
Really?
practices, it drove us because he was competitive in practice. I mean, he tried to play defense. I mean, he couldn't move laterally with the athleticism that most players could. But he was competing hard every single day, man. And he had a lot of competitiveness.
You like that?
Oh, yeah, my whole team was built like that. We had a lot of guys that were temperamental. A lot of temperamental guys that you look at and say, you know what? You're not going to win a championship with that group. And we sit back and we laugh to this day. Like Shannon Brown and I will get together and we'll talk about the old days. We'll just look at each other and say, you know, you believe you won a championship with a bunch of misfits?
But collectively, I guess, right, there was something that obviously worked.
Yeah, we were all crazy. Yeah. And so, you know, when you take a bunch of crazy and you focus it on one thing, it tends to work out.
There it is, yeah.
There it is.
Another ring.
Yeah.
Here's Jackson after the basket by Los Angeles.
Well, from our angle, that looked like that was going in. But defense, fantastic how they contested it.
And here comes Ariza late in the fast break. Lets a floater go, and that's 2 points on the layup.
A strong finisher around the rim. Ariza with the size to do some damage.
Ball against Knight. Ball, the pass to Len. Hart kicks to Ball. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Len, good.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Suns trail by 14. Ariza outside. Back to Knight. And the layup is good. Knight's got 9.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Ball kicks to James. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. 15 points in the game.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
Here's Knight. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Lakers leading by 12. And Kobe, I know you'd spend a fair amount of time watching video and scouting your opponents. How would your film style change from regular season to say, the playoffs?
I had more time to prepare in the postseason, so I could watch more film and really focus on the entire package of the team that we're facing.
Not just the guy that's defending you?
No, not just the guy that's defending me.
All of it.
But all of it.
Right.
How do they play us defensively as a team? How do they play us individually? You know, how do we need to play them as a team? How do we need to play them individually? Start looking at kind of the grand scheme of things. In a regular season, you know, most of these film sessions, for me at least anyway, took place on the plane, right, in between games. So when I get to the hotel, I can rest generally.
James finds Len. Count that one.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
And so Knight will bring it up for Phoenix. They trail by 14. Stolen by Ball. And it's the Lakers on the break. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one is on Ariza.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
And if you check out the strategy, you can see already the plays that they're calling. Feels like they found a weakness or two in the defense.
Wagner, he's checked in for the Lakers. Rondo comes in for James. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Phoenix. The Suns shooting their first free throw of the game here.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
Now here's Rondo. And Hart has it in the corner. Passes it to Wagner. Takes the three. Cranes it from beyond the arc. And the Lakers lead by 16.
And offensively, they've done a great job here of staying in rhythm.
Well, they've been the better shooting team throughout the first half because of their patience and because of their shot selection.
Now here's Chandler.
A little over-aggressive. He's got to dial it back if he wants to stay on the floor. 2 fouls in the first. Tough to overcome.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Chandler has some experience, but still can be very impactful on the defensive end of the floor.
And the Lakers making a change here. Stevenson's checked in. Here's Rondo. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Suns trail by 18. And here is Knight. 11 points in the game. Ariza no up.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Pass to Len. Stevenson outside. Back to Len. Chandler with the steal. There's the pass to Ariza. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And Ariza much improved as a free thrower over the course of his career.
And the first one at the line is good. And he makes both free throws.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Got it off in time. He can't get that one. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Lakers lead by 16. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break.
Why you think they call me ankle boy? That's because I'm breaking your ankle.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, the Lakers are pretty much in control here.
So far, they've been active, scoring the basketball, built up a little lead here, and looking good.
Well, when you come out in the first quarter with that kind of offense, obviously the game plan is in full effect. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going.
Suns trail by 16. Kobe, a lot of teams now playing a more spread-out offensive style. You played with a spread four and Robert Horry, Lamar Odom. You also played with more of a twin tower feel on your roster. Which way would you lean when you think about those different styles?
That doesn't matter to me.
You like them all?
Yeah, it just depends on the personnel that you have.
Right.
And with the personnel that you have, you make the most out of it.
That puzzle you keep talking about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just, every puzzle is built different.
Right.
Right? You just try to do what you can with what you have, so it doesn't matter.
And you like that figuring out process.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Even though you're the same, you've got to kind of adapt now what's on your roster.
Yeah, you have to be able to adapt to the players that you have around you, you know, and understanding what they need. It's not what you need. It's what they need. And as long as the leader of the team can make that shift, they'll be fine with whatever they have on their roster.
Great description. On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Suns. They've got Trevor Ariza. Bridges out there with Brandon Knight. And there's Jackson. And it's Chandler in at the center filling out the middle. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Devin Booker is a 20-point-per-game scorer since his second season in the league. And he knows you have to have confidence to be a great shooter. He said, know the work you've put in, trust your game. Just because you miss shots, you can't doubt yourself. You're supposed to fall, and they will if you keep shooting. Kevin?
Next shot mentality for sure. Thanks, DA.
Yeah, defenses beware. You have to close out hard on KCP and disrupt his rhythm.
Now here's Ariza. 20 points for him last game against Orlando. No one covering. 19 points for Brandon Knight.
Pretty much poor defensive effort there. You have to get a hand in his face when he's spotting up from distance.
Rondo passes to Zubac. He kicks it to Stevenson. Back to Zubac. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Wagner can't hit. Suns trail by 13. Ariza outside. Knight in the corner. A three-pointer off the mark. Los Angeles has gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Wagner passes to Rondo. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around. Kobe, you're so decorated in every way individually and as a teammate with the 5 championships. Of all the things, the All-Star games, the All-Defense, all the individual things you've accomplished, what is the one thing you might cherish? And you may have alluded to it with the championships, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but at the end of the day, is that the one thing above everything else that you covet?
No. You know, the fact that I can look in the mirror and honestly say I gave everything to the game.
And that was obvious.
But that's the thing, right? You don't want to feel like you've left anything on the table. There's no stone left unturned. I gave everything to the game that I possibly could. That, to me, is the biggest accomplishment.
What a feeling.
Yeah.
Here's Stevenson after the made shot from Tyson Chandler. On the 3 off target. To the inside. Here's Bridges. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Bridges has got his second basket of the game.
That's a perfect reverse, using the backboard as his friend. Drew the defender in and just slipped it to the other side.
Back to Rondo. Caldwell Pope left side. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Kuzma can't get it to go.
And I know we want to assume these shots are going in. The defense definitely blew an assignment there, but still got lucky.
Knight kicks to Chandler. Pass to Warren. Here's Ayton. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Ayton's got 8 points.
And padding that field goal percentage, just hard to stop Ayton when he gets the ball that deep.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And had the right idea there in calling for the screen, but he was just slow to get to the spot and didn't get set.
A lot of this is just poor effort right now. He knows what the timing of the play should be. It's a little lazy about what it could be.
And Phoenix making a change here. Chris is checked in.
And they continue to control the glass.
Kuzma with it. Working on Chris. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Clearly a foul.
For Los Angeles, they have made 3 of 5 free throw attempts.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Kobe, the NBA right now is trying to spread this game worldwide, even more so by developing basketball academies. But is enough being done, in your opinion, to develop players right here in the United States?
No. You shouldn't have players that can't shoot free throws.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't have players that can't shoot.
We seem to talk about that a lot.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like, at what point when you're starting out playing basketball at the age of 10, 12, does a coach not say, come here, son, let me teach you how to shoot the ball? How does that not happen? You know what I mean? And I think it's just, coaches see a player that's extremely athletic. He's bigger than all the other 13-year-olds. He runs faster. He can dunk at 13. But the coach is like, just do that because we want to win today's game. Just dominate him. Just dunk, dunk, dunk. And you wind up hurting the kid.
Right.
As opposed to taking your time to develop their game and help them be well-rounded.
Suns trail by 11. Here's Knight. They grab their own miss. And that one's good, Ayton. Ayton's got 4 points this quarter.
And using that 7'5" wingspan, putting it back off the miss, one of Ayton's specialties.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. JaVale McGee's checked in for Los Angeles. Brandon Ingram comes in for Lance Stevenson. Here is Rondo. He has 6. It's Ingram on the wing. And Kuzma has it in the corner. Shot clock reset for the Lakers. Rondo kicks to Ingram. And Kuzma has it in the corner. For 3, Caldwell Pope. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And it's Kentavious Caldwell Pope with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, there are good fouls, and then there's those fouls. That's not a good one. Limits himself on defense, and he can't nearly be as physical for the rest of the period.
And the shot by Warren, no good.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point. Now, you could just tell in his gait and in the look on his face, he's in a great rhythm after a terrific first quarter. He is feeling it here in the second.
Now, here's Bridges. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Orlando.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game. And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
And stolen by Kuzma. Ingram attacking. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And Ingram, the former Blue Devil, an extraordinary player who only promises to get better.
For Los Angeles, they have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7. He's off on the first. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Phoenix. No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Ingram, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. T.J. Warren picks one up.
Love how Ingram toys with the opposition, drawing contact very easily on these kinds of attempts.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Suns trail by 13. Bridges kicks to Knight. Floats one up, and Rondo sends it back.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Phoenix has gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Knight finds Holmes. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Ayton, the pass to Warren, and that one goes long.
Yeah, pretty safe to say that this is the kind of game that you just want to flush as soon as you get done with it.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Look at the Lakers, 4th in the conference, an excellent season so far for them, though they'd like to jump into the top tier, maybe the top 3. And of course the Suns, 5 games behind.
You know, for Los Angeles, they've had a nice run here to start the season. Up there near the top of the standings and looking like they're comfortable.
No doubt about that. It hasn't taken them any time to announce that they're a different team this year. One that's ready to take the next step and join the ranks of playoff contenders. This is a quarter that he would love to forget as soon as possible. Not getting anything to go.
Here's Ingram. Banked in off the glass. Ingram's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And not only can Ingram score from the perimeter, but he can also contribute inside. The way he releases his shot makes it very difficult to block.
And the Suns call time here.
And they've let things get out of hand. Good time to reconvene.
They're just on the wrong end right now of a big run, and they need to plan how they're going to shift the momentum of the game.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Lenz checked in for JaVale McGee. Beasley comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Josh Hart, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And Ball subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And here's Warren for 3. Nailed from three-point land.
T.J. Warren trusts that shot. Trust me, fantastic at shooting with purpose off the pass. That's alliteration.
And the dunk by Len.
That's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And to me, this is why they're winning, guys. Unlikely players stepping up huge against a defense that's really nowhere to be found.
Bridges misses.
This is when you're just surprised that a guy would miss that kind of look. The defense really did not do a lot there.
And here's Knight. He'll bring it up for Phoenix. It's a 14-point game. They host the Kings after this game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
Some good court awareness that time from Brandon Knight. He's a creative guard who has a good feel for when his guys are open.
For 3, Ingram. Nice D from Warren. Suns trail by 12. Shot from 12. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Knight's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Here's Beasley, who's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Ingram dishes to Len for the 3. Clock at 6. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Ball, no good. Phoenix has gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Holmes with it, working on Beasley. Offensive rebound. Ayton. It's tipped.
In addition to being superb on offense, Ingram is also a ridiculously good defender. His long reach really allowing him to collect a good number of block shots.
Now, here's Ball. 8 points for him. To the inside. Lenka kicks to Hart. Ingram outside. Lets the 3 fly. A shot that time, not on target. And Phoenix will come the other way.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Well, Kobe, I have to say it's been a real pleasure having you stop by our booth and spending some time with us for this game. Thanks again for coming by. I hope we can do it again.
We will, man. It's been a blast.
There he is, folks, the great Kobe Bryant. And, Brent, we know just how competitive Kobe was as a player, and it's always nice to hear a more reflective side of him when he joins us here in the booth.
Funny the things that you notice, Kevin, when you're in the booth here versus the role that you play as a player, especially for a guy who lives and breathes basketball like Kobe Bryant.
LeBron's checked in for Brandon Ingram. Phoenix also making some changes. Tyson Chandler is checked in for Ayton. Risa comes in for Warren. And Josh Jackson subbed in for Bridges. And stolen by Knight. Can't get it to fall.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Beasley finds Len. Back to Ball. Passes it to Beasley. The kick out to LeBron. Lakers passing it around. Here's Hart. Off target with his 3. Suns trail by 12. Pass to Holmes. The dish to Jackson. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Ball. And James throws it down.
LeBron gets behind the eyes of the defense for the highlight reel jam.
Knight taking his time here. It's tipped, and so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Boy, a lot of energy in this arena tonight. The hometown fans getting after it. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaquille O'Neal's here. So is Kenny the Jet Smith. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He ended up with 17 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, we can't look past the huge contribution their bench has provided. They've got this lead mainly because of the injection of energy and offense that they got from their reserves. That's what a coach wants to see. I'm guessing the minutes will be spread out a little bit in the second half.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Phoenix?
Well, they got to do a better job on the glass. Ernie, they got outworked. They were weak physically. That's part of how they fell behind in this game. I think if they could control those things, they'll be okay, Ernie.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter is set to begin in just a few.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. An exceptional performance from Brandon Knight.
Scoring consistently from range. He really lit it up there in the first half.
We'll see if they keep feeding him right now until he cools down or until the defense does something to take him away from these great opportunities. No reason to go away from them.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Inside, we've got Kuzma and McGee all out there with Ingram. And it's James in at the 3 spot. And that's the group for Luke Walton as we begin the second half.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And finished off by LeBron.
It's one of those nights for LeBron James, just setting the place on fire right now.
Suns trail by 16.
Just look at the list of career accomplishments by LBJ. To me, the best small forward that's ever played this game, and on the short list of the best player to ever lace him up.
Bridges, no one around him. No good with the triple.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Now Ingram to the left wing, and McGee kicks to Ingram. Beyond the arc. McGee, the pass to Ball. 6 on the shot clock. Down low, deflects the pass. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Brent, with LeBron being one of the all-time greats, he is certainly the greatest player of this generation, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Ever since he came into the league, I mean, there's just been, in my opinion, no missteps whatsoever. Has handled himself on the floor with an incredible determination to prove that, Kevin. All the hype, all the anticipation, he's lived up to it about tenfold.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. And there's the call on James. That's foul number 2 for him. Long range from the inbound. Rebounded by the Lakers.
And they just cannot seem to get it going so far in this half, missing their first 3 shots.
Ingram kicks to Kuzma. Over Chris. The shot's good from Kuzma. Kuzma's got 7.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Knight against Ball. Chris. No good from outside.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Now here's James. Lets it go with a 3. But they recover it. Ball kicks to Ingram. And there's the pass to James. Shot clock at 6. Got a hand on it.
Tremendous at anticipating when shots are going up. Ayton is outstanding at protecting the rim.
Pass to Chris. Knight in the corner. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Kyle Kuzma. That's his first foul. And the Suns call time here. Let's talk about team defense, Brent. To develop trust, it seems like guys have got to communicate on the floor.
I talk to my friends often who ask me about playing an NBA game and playing defense. They first start with saying that I didn't play any, but the second thing we get to, Kevin, is talking about really how intricate good defenses can be. You talk about communication, that's one thing, but throughout the course of the season, you build so much sweat equity on defense and trust by knowing that somebody's going to be behind you, hearing that voice consistently, but positions on the floor where you almost develop play sets as a defensive team. Now, when you reach that level, that's the upper echelon, but that's when it really gets fun to be down on that end, to shut a team down, to keep a crowd quiet. Defense always begins with great communication.
So many things, rotations and playing angles. And having the guy in back, you know what you can do well, what you can't do well if you're ahead of it.
Well, that, Kevin, and also great teams who are adaptable to make changes on the fly. All of a sudden, a dead ball, coach calls out a different coverage. You want to mess up the team's rhythm on the other end. And 5 guys, they snap to it and can carry out that defensive assignment in one play call. That's great defense.
Lakers leading by 15. To the middle, here's Ball. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. LeBron's got his 7th assist in the game. Bridges passes to Chris to the inside, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. Ball kicks to Ingram. Back to Ball. Down low, here's McGee. And it's blocked. Bridges against Ingram. Stolen by Ball. And in transition, it's Ingram. Here we go. Releases. It's hauled in by the Suns. Warren's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Back tonight. Passes it to Chris. Warren kicks to Bridges. 6 on the shot clock. Inside. And Ayton the bucket on the assist by Warren. And that's 12 points for DeAndre Ayton.
And the sheer muscle of Ayton. Sometimes he's impossible to stop on the way up.
Warren against LeBron. And he goes big with the dunk right over DeAndre Ayton.
Sometimes LeBron just likes to take it all out on the rim, that time on display.
And a terrific bit of chaos there on the replay presented by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. It's Knight with the drive. Ball with the rebound. Ball's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And Kuzma slams it in.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. And so Knight will bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. Trailing by 17. Warren the pass to Ayton. Outside Warren. Here's Chris. They get it again. Launches a 3. Hands it from downtown. Chris has got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for the Suns. James kicks to McGee. Back to James. Stolen by Warren. Inside. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Ball with it. He's got 10. Pass to Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
Yeah, and Ball, a transcendent talent, I think has a real skill for finding his teammates when they have those good looks at the rim.
Now, here's Warren. He has 5. And Ball comes to help. From deep, another 3 for Phoenix.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Yeah, no question. It looks like they've rented out room along the perimeter in this ball game, and they're likely to keep doing this until the defense makes an adjustment.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Alex Len's checked in for JaVale McGee. Lance Stevenson comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Josh Hart, he's checked in for Brandon Ingram. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Lonzo Ball. And for the Suns, Ariza comes in for Warren. And it's Jackson in for Bridges. Suns trail by 13. Ariza outside. Two points. That one goes. Ariza's got 8 points. LA has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Rondo passes to Hart. Len down low. Kicks it out to LeBron. 4 on the shot clock. Stevenson finds James over Chris. And the Lakers get it back. Len, the dunk, and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That one on Ayton. Tyson Chandler is checked in for the Suns. Rashawn Holmes comes in for Marquise Chris. Brent, do you think individual defense is getting easier to measure with player tracking and advanced stats?
I don't. I think it's impossible for you to find some legitimate measurement of how much a player is truly impacting the game defensively. I think there's great indicators of combinations of players that are on the floor at the same time, that are working collectively and doing something to shut down another team's best offensive unit. but individually it's so hard to just put a number on what a guy is doing in terms of his total impact defensively.
So the eye test is not out of style.
I don't think so. I think we're getting better at the defensive metrics that are being used, Kevin, and I think that clearly we can see with some of the best wing defenders in the league, a Robertson, a Covington, that they're able to control their man, a Kawhi Leonard. They're able to impact the game defensively, but how are we quantifying that? We need to get better with it.
So it's the Lakers now after Josh Jackson's three-pointer that didn't go.
LeBron not messing around. That time in the paint, close to the rim, smelling blood.
And so here's Phoenix. It's a 14-point game. Jackson kicks to Chandler. This one for three. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Chandler. Jackson's got 10. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking. And more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Now here's James. He's got 23.
Well, the big story in the offseason was LeBron's free agency. You knew that there would be a ton of rumors flying around about where he might end up. Honestly, I'm sure he's glad it's over with and can once again focus on the court.
And for LeBron, it's really about the media circus, Greg, that surrounds him when he's a free agent.
And boy, it's hard because his free agency is the story in the NBA. Honestly, maybe the story in sports. The decision he made with this team completely shaped and shifted the outlook of the entire league. All other free agents and teams were just waiting to see what he'd do before the dominoes start to fall.
And here are the Suns now, following the three by the Lakers. Stolen by Len. The pass to Hart. Shoots over Holmes. LeBron, no good. And it's Ariza with the ball for Phoenix. They trail by 16. Pass to Holmes. On the wing, Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Here's Ariza. Rejected by Len.
Well, putting the wingspan to great use, Len throws that one away.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And the Suns have never won an NBA title. It's amazing for such a proud and storied franchise. Just one trip to the finals since the merger back in 1993. That was when they lost to the Chicago Bulls.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Beasley's checked in. And you think about the Suns team with Dan Marley, Kevin Johnson, Danny Ainge. Brent, they had a chance.
Well, a guy named Michael Jordan ruined a lot of the title chances for a lot of teams. The Suns were one of them. They came close, but eventually MJ's Bulls a little bit too tough for that Phoenix Suns team.
Now here's Ariza. He's got 8. That one good for 2. Ariza's got 4 points now in the quarter. Lakers leading by 15. LeBron outside. And the dunk by LeBron.
Yeah, I'm not going to give LeBron any more space, but certainly like to see him dunk. How about that throwdown?
Knight against Rondo. Ariza kicks to Chandler. Now here's Jackson. Defense is right there. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
The second overall pick in 2001, Tyson Chandler, again, started his career with the Bulls, where he and Eddie Curry were supposed to be a new version of the Twin Towers. That never quite worked out, and Chandler had 3 different coaches there in Chicago in his first stint.
Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for the Lakers.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Knight on the wing. He's covered by Rondo. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Rondo's running, and it's Beasley finishing it off.
And you can't leave someone open around Rondo. He'll find him.
35 seconds left in the third. Outside Jackson. Outside Knight. Ariza against Caldwell Pope. Jackson has the open look. Nailed from three-point land. Jackson's got 13.
Huge part of off-season for Jackson is to get more and more consistent and comfortable with that three-point line.
Here's Hart. Len passes to Beasley. It'll count. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
The defense has to be besides themselves there. Terrific shot to close out the quarter by him.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 18. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Los Angeles leading by 18. On the court now for the Suns, getting going here in the fourth. They've got Trevor Ariza, Rashawn Holmes out there with Chandler. Then there's Brandon Knight, and it's Jackson in at the 2 guard. Goes up to the stripe. That one a little long. The Suns shooting the ball at 42%. Knight for 3. A rebound by the Lakers. Land's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Rondo kicks to Beasley. For 3, Caldwell Pope. And another 3 for the Lakers.
You could see some miscommunication on the defensive end of the floor that time. No excuse for letting a player get that good a look on that possession.
Now here's Chandler. Jackson from long range. It's not going to go for him. It's his 6th miss. He's 5 for 11. Jackson's gone just 2 of 7 from long range. Beasley with a clean look. Drills it from outside.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Teardrop shot. The shot by Knight, no good.
It's just been an off night for him. That doesn't happen all that often, but the thing that you do at this point is not to push it, not to rush it. Let it come back to you.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
And here is Knight, following the three-pointer from Contavious Caldwell-Pope. Back to Holmes, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction, and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
Rondo dishes to Beasley. Off target with the free throw line, Jay.
And listen, you can't design a play any better to get a look that good. Just couldn't knock it down.
The best players know that is going to happen, and you just can't let it get into your head. It's a shot that you want to take.
Now here's Knight to the middle. Beasley with the steal. And now here's Rondo, the fast break opportunity. Unloads from 13. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And it's Contavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Brett, they're always trying to make the All-Star game itself more competitive. Is that an important thing to do?
I don't think overall it's important to do it, Kevin. I mean, it is an exhibition, but I do like the attentiveness of the players over the past couple of years talking about how it is they want to approach the game. It ends up being a high-scoring affair with a lot of highlights, but overall, it's not the most important thing for the weekend.
He's perfect from the line this time. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Here's Ball. It's Beasley on the wing. Over Daniels. Again, Los Angeles.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you can turn it up.
Here is Daniels. Pass to Reed. Okobo, he's covered by Ball. And the Suns miss again. Here are the Lakers with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run. To the paint. Here's Beasley. Lays it up and banks it in.
It's not so much just the made shots, it's the consistency of the made shots that's got his team the lead.
Kicks it to Daniels. Takes the three. The three-pointer is right on target.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
And here is Ball. Caldwell Pope on the wing. Pass to Wagner. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
For Phoenix, they've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. The three, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Now here's Ball. Tries from 16, rebounded by Holmes. Phoenix has gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Here's Daniels. Good on the three-point shot. Daniels has got 6 here in this quarter.
Commending the unselfish play there. What vision on that pass.
Now here's Ball. Defense right on him. To the paint. It's deflected. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Now the pass to Holmes. Okobo. Off target with his 3.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
And what I like best is that he does it completely under control. Really gives the shooter nowhere to turn to.
They are now showing NBA games in virtual reality. You and I have actually seen some examples of that. They can recreate almost any angle. Have you gotten a headset?
I haven't gotten a headset, Kevin, but I have watched it. You and I have talked about it several times.
Many times.
It's an amazing experience, and it will only get better. But I really think about if I was a kid growing up in Germany or Italy, and I had an opportunity to pull on a pair of goggles and to watch the game's greatest players from a seat at half court or the cameras that they set up underneath the goal at either end. What a fantastic way to be enveloped by the NBA game.
It's a cool view.
It's a very cool view, and it's only going to get better.
Yeah. Lance Stephenson's checked in for the Lakers. Ayton, he's checked in for the Suns.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And Stephenson kicks to Caldwell Pope. And the layup's good off the glass. Caldwell Pope's got 8 points in the quarter.
And sweet drive there. KCP, a smooth operator with terrific straight line speed.
A nice shot by Reed.
Well, he's like a fumbling banker right now, dropping dimes with ease. I like how well he led his teammate on that possession.
Ball, the pass to Zubac. Here's Ball. Stephenson outside. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. Shot clock at 5. Three-pointer. Stephenson can't hit.
He's been a little bit disappointing in this game. However, his team has his back. They need a little bit more help from him.
And that one drops for him.
Bender, a good decision that time. Just a smart play.
Now Stephenson. He kicks it to Caldwell Pope. Lets it go from deep. He's off on that one. Now the Suns take it the other way. Certain guys can play within themselves and still dominate. You played along one of the best that you saw up close in Tim Duncan.
Well, one of the things I think about with Tim is how many numbers he left on the board, Kevin. The way that Coach Popovich played him, minimal minutes, touches when needed most, where Tim usually came through, but how much more dominant he truly could have been.
And he didn't care about numbers, did he?
Not at all. He cared about one number, and that's putting W's on the board. But how many more things Tim Duncan would have led categorically in the history of the NBA at the power forward position, but overall, the numbers would have been staggering.
And Phoenix has possession following the three-point attempt by Lance Stevenson. And it's Ayton missing.
Yeah, the defense there in chill mode. We all know he can burn them from three-point range.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Caldwell Pope's got 11 points in the quarter.
Yeah, maybe the shot selection in the first half took him out of a rhythm, but in the second half, he's making everything.
Pass to Bender. Daniels kicks to Reed. Daniels with it. With the shot. And he hits the jump shot.
And not sure what you can do with a guy like that. With his handles, he can just take defenders to score.
Now, here's Ball. He's tightly guarded. Here's Caldwell Pope. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got his 16th rebound on the night. And that one's good. Daniels.
He is in a zone right now. Every three he puts up seems to be going down.
And here is Ball. Over in the corner, Zubac. Guys are slimming down, it seems, Brent, to play at a faster pace. And we hear more and more players are using a plant-based diet now.
Vegan-style players.
Maybe not quite to that extent, but they are certainly very, very cautious about what they're putting in their bodies.
I think we just hear more stories about some of the things that players are trying in order to get themselves to their athletic peak. And one of those things, of course, one of the most important things is the fuel that you're going to put into your body, because that's your only tool. So I think guys just pay a little bit more attention to how it is they're feeding the system.
Now here's Ayton. Pass to Daniels. Suns with the new shot clock.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
Here's Caldwell Pope. To the inside, and that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for Los Angeles.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still, 2 more to go in the season series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for LeBron.
Just a really solid effort on the offensive end. He was getting any shot that he wanted.
Here's Caldwell Pope after the made shot from Tyson Chandler. Over Reed. And again, the Lakers no good. Here's the Suns with the ball. They're on an 11-3 run. Kicks to Chandler. Out to the wing. And it's Ariza in the corner. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Such an accurate shooter off the pass. Ariza, a quick thinker who knows he can score in those situations.
Now, here's Ball. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, LeBron, congrats on the win. What do you think made the difference tonight?
Defense. We made our mark defensively. We understand that for the long term, we have to defend at a high level. We've been doing that.
It does start at that end, LeBron. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. So long, everyone.